Hello everyone, in today's class we will discuss about acoelomates and coelomates. In the earlier class I have discussed both about acoelomates, coelomates and pseudocoelomates. So let us revise. What is an acoelomate? The organisms that do not have coelom. What is a coelomate? The organisms that have coelom. What is a pseudocoelomate? The organisms that have a false coelom. What is this false coelom? It is a persistent blastocele. Now give me examples of coelom or coelomates. You will say, sir, annelids to arthropods, mollusks, humans, echinoderms, that is higher organisms. If I ask you give example of acoelomate, you will say, sir, these are porifera, platyhelminthes, now give example of pseudocoelomates, you will say, sir, ACOELOMATES. I hope this is clear from the previous class. Okay. Now the coelomates are further divided into two types, based on the development of the coelom during embryonic development. Okay. So first you should know that coelomates are also known as eucoelomate. So what is a eucoelomate? The organisms that have a true coelom. So EU here refers to true coelom. Okay, eucoelomate. This EU refers to true, and this coelomate means it has a coelom, that is true coelom. Write down true coelom or true coelomate. Okay, I hope it is clear. Now eucoelomates or coelomates can be divided into two types. How many types? Two types. One is schizocoelomates. Write down schizocoelomate, and the other is enterocoelomate. So first let us learn about schizocoelomates. So in these organisms, what happens is that the coelom develops from the splitting of mesodermal cells. Okay, suppose this is the early developmental stage. During the embryonic development, what happens is that the mesodermal cells splits and gives rise to the coelom. So let us study. This is the ectoderm, this is the archenteron or gut that later forms the gut, this is the endoderm, and the mesodermal cells, suppose these are the embryonic mesodermal cells. Okay, embryonic mesodermal cells. This is the blastopore. Okay, what happens is that in these organisms, these mesodermal cells will split. Now you will say, sir, what is this split? Split means it will divide and forms the coelom. So what you will see in the developmental stages is that later it will develop like this. Okay, this gut will develop, this archenteron, this gut will develop. Around this gut you will see these mesodermal cells will split and form the coelom. Okay, the splitting of mesoderm gives rise to the coelom. So these are known as schizocoelomates. You will ask, sir, what are the examples? Write down the examples: annelids, arthropods and mollusks. Okay, these are the examples: annelids, arthropods and mollusks. Okay, now let us learn about the second type. As I have told you, these are enterocoelomates. Now, what are enterocoelomates? The organisms in which the coelom develops from the formation of pouch from the gut area. Okay, I will explain it. Now, these are mainly found in deuterostomes. You will ask, sir, what is a deuterostome? Deuterostomes are organisms in which during the embryonic stage the anus will develop first and the mouth will form later. And the protostomes are organisms, on the other hand, protostomes are organisms in which the mouth will develop first and the anus will develop later. Okay, I will explain protostomes and deuterostomes in next classes. Okay, in this class let us discuss about enterocoelomates. So deuterostome examples I will give. First let us learn about how this coelom forms in enterocoelomates. So this is the embryonic stage. This is the ectoderm. This is the endoderm. This is the blastopore. This is the archenteron. In this archenteron, this outpouching takes from this archenteron or the gut area, like outpouching. Okay, the pouch will form. These are the, suppose this is the pouch, these are the pouch like structures that will form, and this will further give rise to coelom. So what will happen is that, see, in the next developmental stage you will see that this is the gut, and this archenteron or the gut area gives rise to pouches, and these pouches will form the coelom. Okay, so the coelom is formed in this manner through the development from the or the outpouching from the archenteron or the gut. Okay, normally this is found in deuterostomes. Now, what are the examples of deuterostomes? From echinodermata to humans. To mammals, you can say, or humans. So echinodermata, annelids, arthropods, mollusks. Okay, to up to humans or mammals. Okay, understood till here? Now write down one question. Define coelom. And what are the different types of coelom? What are the different types of coelom? So this type of question will be asked, and it has been asked in the previous years. So they can ask you, give the examples of different types of coeloms or acoelomates or pseudocoelomates or coelomates. Okay, in the next class we will discuss about theories of development of coelom, and we'll end this topic in the next class. Okay, so thank you everyone.